All right, welcome to another video. I want to talk about eating fruit, and some people call it fruitarian, but it's actually frugivore, and that's the focus of my talk today. It is like, people talk about conspiracy theories. Let me tell you, the biggest conspiracy theory is that no one knows what the word frugivore is. No one's taught it. I mean, we're taught about, sort of the carnivore. Everyone knows was taught that. We're taught this. You can't really see it here, but this is herbivore, and then there's omnivore, which is a sort of creature that eats everything, and then there's frugivore, and that's what we are. I mean, we are primates. We're from the primate sort of kingdom or species, and all other primates, for the most part, are frugivores. Some might say they eat other things, kind of. Yeah, that's true. So some of them are a little bit omnivore, but for the most part, they're frugivores. And so it's a real word. And it's a little surprising that whenever the biology classes, which they have, I think many times in K through 12, um, where they talk about herbivore and carnivore, it's a little, I mean, I don't know, maybe they are mentioning frugivore. I did not check, but I can tell you that it's not sort of common knowledge what the word frugivore is. And it's a little surprising because that's what we are. I mean, that's the ideal diet for Homo sapiens. And there's just a million reasons. First off, and so I just want to point out, like, there's this false choice between being an herbivore and a carnivore, or an omnivore. And it's really, there's this amazing other option of frugivore. I'm just eating all fruit, and of course, it's amazing, and we love fruit. We love the taste of it. We love the smell of it, like orange zest. It smells amazing. Fresh peaches smell amazing, and then we love the flavor of it. And our brains run on sugar, and we are heavily, a big part of being a Homo sapien is our brain, for better or worse. And the brain runs on, I believe, sucrose, so or fructose, whatever, sugar, and so it wants that sugar, and we love it. We love the flavor for all those reasons I mentioned. So it shouldn't be a surprise that we're frugivores. And I liked this sort of diagram I once made up. I thought kind of makes the point. Like, carnivore is the tiger, herbivore is the sort of wildebeest or bison, and then the frugivore is sort of the monkey, the primate. And it's like, which one do you identify with? The sort of the tiger with the dead animal from its long fangs, the bison who's just like geared to eating grass, or the frugivore, which is, we have hands, we can see the fruit. Some, I believe, I think some, like deer, can't even see colors, or some animals can't see colors like we can. So green is fine with them, but we can see the orange on the tree anyway. So, but it's just crazy that no one is told about frugivore. I, don't like the idea of, like, it's considered, if you're a vegan, you eat vegetables, or like, if you're a vegan, you're an herbivore. No, if you're a vegan, you can be a frugivore, and that's really the ideal way to do it. If you're going to be raw food, again, the best way to do it is through frugivore, because you know it's all right. You don't have to do anything to make it. You just peel open the banana, peel open the mandarin. It's amazing. And then just getting to, like, kind of just weird stuff in that, weird theories is that, like, if like, we don't need farming. We need orchards. We need orchards. We need, well, I mean, in a sense, maybe some farming, like, watermelon vines on the ground. I'm not sure how that works, or cantaloupe vines. I think those are sort of, but those potentially might be sort of annuals. You have to grow them every year, but I'm not sure. Uh, but there's some to that, but there's a lot of it of just, you just need trees. You need orchards. You need orchards of orange trees, of lemon trees, of apple trees, or you need banana trees. I'm not sure how those work, but you need banana trees. That's what you need. And so you don't need these big machines. I mean, some machines, but anyway, it's just not about wheat. It's not about soybeans. It's about orchards. Um, so, or avocado trees. Like, there's this amazing this meme that a friend told me about that really just stuck with me, in that, it talks about this, somebody moving to California. He's like, why why are my neighbors throwing avocados into my yard? He's like, keeps finding them on the ground. He's like, why is someone throwing them on the ground? And it turns out he has an avocado tree, and he's never had a fruit tree in his backyard, which is, kind of common in California, I'm told. And so they have avocado trees. They just have like mountains of avocados in their backyard. I mean, I pay like $1.25 right now for an avocado, and not organic. And some people in California, a lot of people, I guess, have them just like growing on trees, and those are organic. Um, so we have just been like separated from, I mean, I guess there's things that happen, we had people left Africa and they traveled even way north to like Scandinavia, which, I'm not sure fruit tree, how well fruit trees indole in the colder climates. I think they do well. I mean, in like Northeast United States, you have plenty of apple trees, or Oregon and Washington, but it's not bitter cold there. Anyway, we've been somehow like separated from our food source, and we have to work because we have to go pay someone to bring that food source. So it's like the ideal situation is, knowing you're a frugivore, is to like buy land that has fruit trees on it, and you'll have at least a lot of food coming just from the trees. I mean, you got to pick it up and do some maintenance, but for the most part, you'll have an incredible food source, and for free. If you got your house paid for, you got a lot of food paid for, you treat your clothes well, you don't need that to work that much. That might take some generations to do, or one generation like builds up funds to. But anyway, I don't want to get caught up in it. Anyway, so the point is that frugivore is the word. Fruitarian, yeah, that's fine, but it's not really needed because fruitarian, I guess, was created because nobody like knew about the word frugivore. But frugivore is a real word. You can look it up on Wikipedia. It's probably in the typical biology textbook. I hope. Anyway, so now you know what frugivore is. Now you can, you make your own choice about which one of these three you identify with. And you might say, oh, I'm an omnivore, but for the most part, you're a frugivore. And like some people say, can you eat fruit all day long? I do it. I mean, some people have can't handle the sugar based on life events that have happened, and some things like potentially have been farmed or hybridized and spliced together to not genetic engineering, but just basic farming, like to produce something that ships better. And some of those things might not be the sort of natural way it was, so they might have too much sugar. They could sort of like keep splicing plants together to have a really, really sugary thing, and it's got too much sugar in it. I don't really recommend drinking juice. That's a big intake of juice, fruit juice, sugar at one time. But otherwise, you can survive on sugar. I think the whole I could make another video about protein. That's a myth. You need amino acids, and fruits give you tons. And there's plenty of other species that you can see this chimp, maybe, but that are surviving on fruit. It's delicious. Anyway, so now you know what frugivore is. You could battle back against this conspiracy and bring it to others.